Hi, this is Faisal Kapadia, and I'm at CityFM89 in the mix, and I'm here for my latest release, latest song, which is called Jadu.
So we're going to do a little breakdown of your song. So could you give us a little breakdown of your new song Jadu?
So Jadu is a happy song, and this is the first time I'm working with Essen Parvez Mehdi, a brilliant musician and producer. And I always found his work really interesting. So this time I thought that I should work with him. And we connected. And वो कहते हैं कि वो एक मिल जाता है आपका दिमाग आपका मिजाज तो वो मिल गया. And I wanted to slightly get out of my comfort zone कि वो जिस तरह के पहले मैं गाने ज़्यादा गाता था उससे मैं थोड़ा सा अपने आप को चैलेंज भी करूं एंड या आई वांटेड टू have a fresh sound also which जो थोड़ा सा बिल्कुल clearly differentiate करे कि okay if this was strings so now this is Faisal's independent project. So yeah, and that's called Jadu.
Was there a particular inspiration, something that sparked one day you were sitting there and all of a sudden you had the idea or the thought in your mind that you this is the kind of song that I want to do?
So very tough to pinpoint what triggered me, but I know very clearly that after Strings, I didn't want to do music. कोई ऐसा hard and fast rule नहीं था, but I just thought कि ठीक है 33 years of musical journey, it's been great, mashallah. God has been kind to us, to Strings. So there's no need that I have to do music. And I just got inspired and I don't know what triggered me. Sometimes आप कोई ऐसी चीज़ देख लेते हैं या कोई ऐसी चीज़ महसूस करते हैं जिससे आपको इंस्पिरेशन आती है. But my musical taste has also always been very wide. I've been listening to Eastern classical music, I've been listening to filmy music, I've been listening to Pakistani pop, Western rock, pop, everything. And recently, because of my kids, I was more exposed to the current music, what's happening around us these days. Weekend and Drake and all the current musicians. Because अगर आप मुझे 6-7 साल पहले ले जाएं, so I was still very much stuck with Coldplays and U2s and Bon Jovis और जो मेरे ज़माने के musicians थे. But since past 2-3 years, I've been exposed to the current music, and I think that subconsciously, वो एक अंदर बस गया. So for this song, I didn't have to consciously make an effort कि मैं इस किस्म का music करूँ. वो I think automatically मेरे अंदर आ गया.
Very cool. And collaborating with other people to put the song together. It's been produced by Essen Parvez. How is that, all of that experience? Because you worked with him before.
So I haven't worked with Essen before. And in this journey of mine, मुझे नहीं पता ये journey कितनी लंबी चलती because I'm again a person who doesn't want to restrict. मैं restrict अपने आप को करना ही नहीं चाहता किसी plan के साथ कि मैं कोई ऐसा project या ऐसा plan ले लूँ जो मुझे अगले कुछ 3-4 साल के लिए restrict कर दे. So I want to be free. I don't know how long I'm going to do whatever I'm doing, but I want to work with different people. I want to work with different musicians. I want to collaborate with anybody and everybody who I feel inspired from or who I've liked. I've liked their work. तो ये चीज़ ये एक सिलसिला मेरी कोशिश होगी कि मैं करता रहूं. और because when you work with another artist, it's always learning. You always take away something from them which can help you in future. So I'm just excited about this learning process. The whole process of making new music is really making me and keeping me excited.
You're going to get a lot of submissions for collaboration now. All these.
I hope I do, because again, this new journey, I'm taking it as a debut, because I'm not thinking that, okay, I had a 33 years of past with me, which was a beautiful past, strings and, 6 albums and so many concerts and so much what we have done. I want to take this journey as a brand new musician who's still curious, who wants to learn, who wants to explore. So that's keeping me excited and happy.
We're going to change gears a little bit. I'm going to go a little into the past and ask. So we're going to do this thing called In Your Opinion. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions and then you give us answers in your opinion. So in 2021, one of the biggest changes happened in your music, in your career, in your life. Could you just talk us a little bit through that change and how it impacted you to now where you are, where like you're saying that you want to be free and you want your journey to be a lot freer and you don't know where the road is taking you, but you're on it just to see and explore where you're going to get to. So what was that moment where the change happened, and has it been good so far? Because now we're like 2 years down the road.
See, the moment of that change, again, tough to pinpoint, but when I did the collaboration with Young Stunners for Coke Studio 14, at that point, probably after the release of that song, I realized that, okay, Young Stunners actually introduced me to a new audience, and which was still very young when Strings was making music. So that was something very interesting, and that was inspiring. COVID, unfortunately, of course, for so many people was really, really tough and hard. We, as a family, spent maximum time together, and I'm sure most of the people, they were all together. So I guess वो एक time था जब इंसान सोचता है. Because sometimes we are caught up with our life so much. We are every day working, coming back. We are in a rut that we don't get time to think. We are always on the go. So I think COVID में सोचने का मौका मिला. और जब आप सोचते हैं तो आप बहुत सी चीज़ें सोचते हैं. आई थिंक ये एक बड़ा इम्पॉर्टेंट एलिमेंट है हम सब की ज़िंदगियों में, क्योंकि हम सब इतने बिजी हैं कि हमें शायद सोचने का या वो थिंकिंग टाइम नहीं मिलता. तो वो एक टाइम मिला और जिसमें एक थॉट प्रोसेस स्टार्ट हुआ, एंड बस वो फिर होता गया खुद ब खुद.
So it's been good so far?
I am really loving this journey of mine. As I said, I want to learn, I want to travel, I want to explore. Recently, I got the opportunity to go to Berlin with our Special Olympics team. It was so humbling to see all the athletes there. It's so inspiring to see them, with so many challenges. They are still fighting for that medal and playing for their team. ऐसी चीज़ें बड़ा inspire करती हैं. Then recently I attended a music camp in Poland. It was a European camp, and I was there as a student. I was just observing and learning different musical cultures, and how they make music, and what are their scales. So I think this journey for me is more exploration, and so far it's been great.
I mean, it's so amazing that you're saying that you went literally back to school after so many years of being a pioneer almost of the music industry, and the kind of career that you've had. And one would think that, okay, you know everything now. You've learned everything. You've been there, done that. But going back to school, it's so inspiring. And for other musicians too, to continue to grow. And you have to kind of go back to the roots and grow. Is there anything new that you've learned instrument-wise? Or because now you have new technologies coming in from back then to now, from acoustic or from that rock stage to now, everything is electronic. So are there any new gadgets or that you're using?
So I think about it a lot of times. मैं जब कभी कभार बैठता भी हूँ सारे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सेटअप के साथ, and then I think that no, I don't want to spend too much time on trying to learn these gadgets, because I want to be a musician, I want to be a singer, I want to focus in that. I want to be a good human, and I want to work with people who are experts in using these gadgets. So I don't want to try and record myself on my own. I don't want to try and arrange things on my own. I want people who specialize and who are master in this craft. I would love to work with them and get their expertise on board, rather than try to do everything on my own. Yeah, sometimes it's good just to prove yourself that okay, I can do everything. But I think when people collaborate, the magic happens. When musicians collaborate, magic happens. Every time you collaborate with a different musician, there's a different sound, there's a different vibe. If you're singing the same song, exactly the same tempo, exactly the same lyrics, but your musicians along with you are different, it's going to sound different. It'll be a different magic. So I really believe in collaborations, and I think that's how magic is created.
So we'll talk about your record label now. Delve into that, because that's really exciting and that's really interesting. I don't know if you... I met you years ago when you guys were just wrapping up Coke Studio, and you were talking about your own production thing and your own record label, and so I feel like the idea was there a long time ago. Right? So where did it, like, I mean, I keep asking you for points in time, but I know that it's very fluid. But you guys have been thinking, well, you have been thinking about a record label. You've been thinking about, working with other people and sort of giving artists a voice. Something that's been missing, personally, I feel, has been missing in the industry for a while, because now with digital, everyone just wants to be independent. So you've recently launched your own record label. Tell us a little bit about that.
So yeah, when we were doing Coke Studio, working with different musicians, it occurred that we should have a record label. We should have, because I think me and Bilal, when we were doing Coke Studio, we were at a stage where we were very secured in a way that, because we were active musicians, we were performing musicians. दूसरे musicians के लिए गाने बनाना, उनको उस लेवल पे लेके जाना कभी कभार आपके लिए एक इनसिक्योरिटी हो जाती है किसी के लिए, बट somehow thankfully God made us very secure. So at that point we were working, we decided to not even do a single song as strings to sing on Coke Studio, till we decided that okay, this season 10 will be our last season. And then we sang the last song. Also, we came in the last minute of that song, Usra Par. तो वो एक हमारे लिए जहन में एक चीज़ आ गई थी कि okay, now we have to give back. We have to go with everybody. That sense of collaborating with everybody. तो वो एक जहन में हमेशा से था कि कभी एक record label होनी चाहिए जिसमें हम दूसरे musicians को, नए म्यूजिशियंस को जिनके पास शायद कोक स्टूडियो का प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है या कोई और प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है, उनको पॉसिबली गाइड कर सकें. वॉट एवर आई हैव लर्नड और एक्सपीरियंस्ड इन माई लाइफ इन पास्ट 30-35 years, at least I should be able to contribute a bit and try to give them that support or share the knowledge. So that's how the idea came about record label. I have no experience in record label, so that's why I wanted to release my song first through the record label, so I can, अगर कुछ चीज़ें सही नहीं भी होती तो I should be the one to test it out. But yes, slowly and gradually I intend to release other artists who I feel have potential, and if I can just guide them or give a little support. I don't want the record label to grow a lot because I don't want it to become a business for me. I want it to be very simple. I want it to be more organic. It's not a financial driven project. It's just purely that, okay, if somebody thinks that I can contribute a bit, this is my contribution.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I wish we had more labels like that, because people, I feel like the new up and coming artists out there are so many kids with so much talent, and they don't really get a lot of guidance. I mean, most of them, I work in radio, most of them don't even know how to approach us. I'm assuming, I mean, it wasn't easier before. Now with digital, you can easily get access to all these mediums with TV and radio and all the mainstream mediums, or how the kids call it. But they definitely, I agree that they definitely need that guidance. They need a little bit of where all to go and publish their music, and they're banking primarily on digital. How important do you think radio is in this, in anyone's musical journey?
I personally strongly feel, in fact, that radio is going to stay, because if you go 40 years back, cassettes, CDs, LPs, everything went away. Music videos, TV, there was a time, 80, 81, 79, MTV started this new era of music video. Everything is gone. Radio is still there, because I think usually people listen to radio while they're commuting, and I'm sure many people listen to radio at home too. Radio is something which is your personal, I would say, personalized version, where whatever community you're living in or city you're living in, you're listening to your radio, which is giving you current local news, also a sense of comfortness, and of course plays music. So I think radio is going to stay there till we go out from our homes, and we go out for work or we go out for anything. Radio is going to stay there.
Well, that's really comforting to hear, considering we all work here. So since we're in the mix, I was wondering if you could tell us what songs are on your playlist right now. Like, what songs are you listening to currently? Like in your phone? You can go ahead.
I'll take the phone out, yeah.
What's top of your playlist right now?
Okay.
Apart from your own, I mean, it's okay to say if it's your own song.
I don't have any of my own, but so let me see. So I have. Okay, so I usually change my playlist very often, but I have a lot of songs from Post Malone. Enough is Enough. Then I have a song called Blind Side by James Arthur. Then I have a song Guess I'll Never Know by Trek Tribe. Then I have song Indigo by Till. Then Joy by Post Malone. Chemical by Post Malone. Something Real by Post Malone. So a lot of Post Malone.
Nice. Awesome. I think all those Post Malone fans will be so happy to hear that. Okay, so we'll change up gears a little bit again. Now we're going to go into sort of like a rapid fire. So I'll ask you a bunch of questions, and then I think we'll let you go. First musical memory.
First musical memory I remember, there was somewhere I'm talking about my personal as a performer. That was somewhere around 1981. I used to go for this TV show called Sare Dost Hamare. Sohail Rana Saab was the host and anchor and musician and our mentor. So I used to go and sing there. So my sister used to take me every Thursday. There used to be a recording, और Tuesdays को rehearsals होती थी. हमें PTV जाना होता था. तो वो मेरी एक पहली memory है कि मैं music में जब था. That was my first memory.
Awesome. First ever song you remember listening to and falling in love with?
This is a very tough question.
Yeah.
Because I'll have to go. वैसे बड़ा मुश्किल सवाल है.
We can come around back to this one.
वैसे, because I'm thinking about 1979 and 80.
So rock.
Probably मुझे अभी याद आ रहा है थोड़ा बहुत, तो वो ऑफ द वॉल माइकल जैक्सन.
Nice. First song you remember singing or dancing to?
फर्स्ट सॉन्ग आई थिंक उस जमाने में so probably 1984-85. मुझे याद है इतना ज़्यादा कोई डांस करने वाला नंबर नहीं था, सॉन्ग नहीं था. It was Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen.
I mean, we've all danced to that one.
Because I remember वो उतना ज़्यादा टेक्नो बीट नहीं थी, लेकिन वो उसके स्टेप्स जो थे वो ऐसे थे कि
Absolutely. Now I know this is another really tough question, because anyone who's worked on anything creative, it becomes their baby. But is there any particular album that you had that you enjoyed working on the most, or any particular song or project that you enjoyed working on the most?
I think the first one always stays very close, which was Strings album 1, which was released in 1990. और वो एक वो फेस था जिसमें आप बड़े नाइव होते हैं और हम सारी चीज़ें सीख रहे होते हैं, बिकॉज there was no institute to learn कि हम किस तरीके से एल्बम प्रोड्यूस करें. सो मैं और बिलाल हर गाने पे बहुत सारी चीज़ें सीखना उसमें सीखना पड़ता था कि क्या करें, किस तरह करें. सो दैट एल्बम that process will always stay very close to me.
Okay. And just to kind of round this off and end it, I would just like to ask, what's in store in the next couple of months, in the next year? Will we see you back on tour? Will we get more music? What's coming?
So again, as I have no idea what's going to happen. I sometimes do few performances, but I don't see myself going on a tour as such. But then you never know. But I surely have few releases coming out very soon, part of 29 Records, because that's something I have taken upon now. So I have to give my time and attention and my passion to 29 Records. So hopefully some new music very soon.
Lovely. Thank you so much for taking the time out, coming in, speaking with us, and letting us pick your brain a little bit.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.